What is going on, everybody? Tamagotchi here, and welcome into another Great League video where today we hit expert. Woo! Let's go using Shadow Charizard, Registeel, and Trevenant, going on an insane run with this team again. So let's jump into these battles here, and we got a Noctowl on the lead. Okay, we've seen this matchup before. We can do a lot of wing attacks. They're gonna throw right as we get to the Blast Burn. I am gonna shield up, so it's gonna take another 5 wing attacks to get to their next Sky attack. So I'm gonna go straight for the Blast Burn here, and then I'm gonna throw another Blast Burn after doing one more wing attack. That is a CMP tie, everybody. Blast Burn gonna be getting that shield here, and I know that they're gonna be able to outpace us to the next Sky attack, throwing 4 wing attacks, 5 wing attacks. Was that 4? I totally miscounted. 4 or 5, and coming into the Registeel to catch the Sky attack. And I know this team because I have seen it before. It's gonna be Noctowl, double fighter with Chestnut, and also a Sirfetch'd, I believe. So here went for the Focus Blast there. Focus Blast would have did a lot more damage, but I was kind of hoping to be able to debuff them, and I don't think Focus Blast would have one-shot anyways. And unfortunately, now this Noctowl is loaded on energy and is able to get the wing attack down. So I'm hoping I can outpace to a move here, which we do. We throw 1 wing attack and get the CMP tie. Is this enough to knock out the Noctowl? Yes, it is. And I'm swapping into Trevenant right away. There's the Sirfetch'd. We make it to the Shadow Ball. 1 Night Slash would not have been enough to KO us, and we win that game. GG's, and you know, thanks for playing, as JV Finn says. So hopping into the next matchup here, Charizard into Medicham, beautiful lead here. They're going to be swapping out into a Dugong, and I'm going to be throwing right in the middle of their Ice Shard. So I'm going to be able to potentially catch a move, and that Blast Bird does so much damage, and we catch the move. Unfortunately, it was a drill run, but it is all good there. We are going to be able to farm all the way down. If they want to drill run us again, that's completely fine by me. And now we have almost 100 energy for when that Medicham wants to come in. They did Icy Wind us, which is going to lower our attack. But we're going to lower their attack with Zap Cannon after Zap Cannon. And Zap Cannon still does a boatload of damage to that Medicham, almost knocking them out. We come in with the Charizard, farm them down, and they quit the match. GG's to my opponent. All right, hopping into the next matchup here. Charizard into Mew. Oh my gosh, Mew at this high level of Elo. What a crazy player. So I'm going to be farming up more energy. I do end up shielding the first move here. It is the Flame Charge, which is quite unfortunate. Good news though, they do not have Surf. And I'm going straight for the Blast Burn. Left, right, good night to that Mew. And my goodness gracious, just like that, we took out the Mew. In comes a Dubwool. I'm going straight for the Blast Burn here. And maybe, just maybe, I can catch a Body Slam. No, unfortunately, we do not catch the Body Slam. Very smart by my opponent to hold on to their energy and able to throw the payback. We're going for the Focus Blast here. This Focus Blast will be saying left, right, good night, but it does get the last shield, and they have to build all the way back up to that payback again. So what I'm going to do is shield up the payback and then almost get to this Focus Blast, but they decide to come in with a Registeel of their own. Very nice for us here because our switch clock timers are almost up, and we're going to let our Registeel go down. And what I'm going to do here, since Trevenant has such a good matchup against Registeel when all shields are down, considering that he is such low on health, I'm going to build up to the Blast Burn. I'm going to swap into my Trevenant. Charizard is pretty well going to win CMP tie against almost anything in this meta. Farm down the Registeel, get to the C-Bomb in case the Blast Burn doesn't KO. It would have KO'd, by the way. They just quit the match anyways, and it's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. I had a Blast Burn locked and loaded, and there was really nothing that they could have done. Sableye lead. This is kind of a tricky matchup. You do have to land the Blast Burn. So what I like to do in these matchups, it's going to take 6 Shadow Claws and another 6 Shadow Claws. I like to build up a boatload of energy, but they decide to come into the Quagsire. So I'm completely fine with this. They're going to throw the Stone Edge. Stone Edge is not going to be enough to KO, and they have another 6 Mud Shots to the next Stone Edge. And I know this is only a Mud Bomb because I was only 4. Does not KO us, so I pulled up to the back-to-back here. C-Bomb is going to do enough to knock out left, right, good night to that Quagsire. In comes a Sableye. Maybe I could have made it to a Shadow Ball there. I didn't want to risk it for the biscuit though, unfortunately, so we are going to settle with the Seed Bomb. Does put it into a range where a Dragon Claw is going to KO. They do end up shielding that, which is quite fine. So I'm going to shield this myself. If they're shielding this low of a health of a Sableye, then my goodness gracious, they got a Registeel in the back. And we got the back-to-back Blast Birds. And Registeel is going to get melted left, right, good night. We wing attack down the Sableye, and that is going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. My goodness gracious. Shadow Charizard going on a tear. Hello, Venusaur. Say hello to Charizard. They come in with a Ninetales, and I cannot swap out. My goodness gracious. This is terrible. Ninetales would absolutely eat my backline, and that Weather Ball does so much freaking damage. I should have went for the Blast Burn here, but because we don't get the shield, and that is super unfortunate. Dragon Claw is going to be enough to KO. I come in with my Trevenant, and they have a Stunfisk in the back there. So Rock Slide is not going to be enough to one-shot us. I'm going to build up a little more energy here, throwing just before they get to their next Rock Slide. Shadow Ball going to be doing a boatload of damage, and then I think I can shield this move here. I want to make it to the Seed Bomb to kind of knock this thing out, considering that I'm not into a range where I can get Vine Whip down by that Shadow Venusaur. They do expend a shield, so I'm going to shield this myself here, and they come in with the Venusaur, and I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is probably going to be getting that last shield, and then I'm coming straight into my Registeel here. I kind of put it into a range with the Shadow Claws where the Zap Cannon is going to do enough damage to almost one-shot this thing, because Shadow Venusaur is quite frail. Even though it hits very hard, all moves are going to be resisted by Registeel. Look at the freaking damage. You love to see it. And we get the attack drop. Absolutely beautiful. Switch Clock Timer is coming up. They decide to catch the Focus Blast on the Registeel, and from here out we just lock on down, and that is going to be a beautiful 5-0 set to start the video off, and that is going to put us well over the range of Expert here. 2785, and we got a nice little clothing. On to the next set of battles here. Amazing lead here, Wigglytuff into Charizard. They swap into an Alolan Ninetales. We got the Registeel, and that's a GG's. They just quit the match. I wonder if they're running Triple Charm. That would have been horrible for them. All right, a little bit of a difficult matchup here, considering we are going to get significantly outpaced here to the Blast Burns, because it's 5 Shadow Claws each to the Ice Punch, whereas it's 7 and then 6 to my Blast Burn. So super unfortunate. We're going to go straight for the Blast Burn. Hopefully they let it go. They do not. Okay, and I want to be able to get to the second shield, so I'm going to go straight for the Blast Burn here, counting on the Azumarill. Oh my goodness. That is no bueno. Not good at all. Good for the point that if I would have saved that energy, maybe this game could have been a little bit different, because this is not a Hydro Pump Azumarill. So I'm going to undercharge this Sap Cannon just enough where I can put it into a perfect farm down range where I have almost 100 energy coming out of it. Play Rough is going to put it into a decent range here. And Medicham comes in. Very smart by my opponent to bring in the Medicham. And then I come in with Charizard, and they smartly bring in their Alolan Sandslash. They did one Shadow Claw. I did not see that one Shadow Claw, so I thought there were maybe 5 away and I could Shadow Claw them down, but no! Oh no, they get to the Ice Punch, and Ice Punch does so much damage, and that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. So Bastiodon lead. I'm going to swap right away into my Trevenant. I'm thinking there's probably going to be a Victory Bell somewhere back there. Making sure to throw on good timing here, not giving them a full smackdown. Shadow Ball going to be doing us some nice damage. I'm going to shield up this Flamethrower would definitely knock us out here. And now in comes a Meganium. My goodness gracious. We got another Shadow Ball to go here. Shadow Ball going to be rocking that Meganium. Not enough to put it into a range where I can farm down. So I'm going to let this go here. They would have outpaced to the next Frenzy Plant. I'm going to come in with my Shadow Charizard. I'm going to get the farm down. And now I'm going to swap right away into my Registeel, because that Bastiodon is coming in and their switch clock is not up yet. So I'm able to get to the Focus Blast. You love the friggin' see a Focus Blast. Left, right, good night, Bastiodon. It's a Toxicroak in the back. Oh, this is absolutely horrible. Able to get to the Zap Cannon here, get the shield and the attack fall. That is going to be crucial. Can we get to the Focus Blast? We don't. And this Toxicroak has so much energy. I'm thinking this is a bait, but it's the Sludge Bomb. And my goodness, we have the back-to-back Dragon Claws, though. I need this Dragon Claw to KO. I'm going to throw one wing attack just to be sure here. Dragon Claw, please be enough. Yes, it is. Woo, that was a freaking nail biter of a game, if I ever say so myself. Good game, well played to my opponent there. Frostlass lead, so it's 6 to their Avalanche, 7 to their Shadow Ball. They're going to be throwing the Avalanche because that's all they need. It's neutral damage, and Avalanches from a Frostlass would absolutely devastate us. So I'm going to build up 5, and then I'm throwing the Blast Burn here, hoping they no-shield this. Left, right, good night to that freaking Frostlass. Out comes the Lantern. In comes my Registeel. Whew, saving that energy on the Charizard. We have another Blast Burn to go here, and out comes a Venusaur to a loaded Zap Cannon, lowering the attack. You love to see it. And with Lantern in the back, and I have Trevenant, this game is over. We can let the Registeel go down, but you know what? We get to another Zap Cannon to go here. I'm gonna try and save my Registeel. Coming with the Charizard. Are we gonna eat the Frenzy Plant? I think it was a Frenzy Plant to catch the Frenzy Plant to add insult to injury. My goodness gracious, Blast Burn coming in. That gets the shield even better because now Trevenant 1 versus 1 shield. Even though they have loaded energy, we're going to take that game all day. GG's, well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next matchup here, Alolan Ninetales versus Charizard. It is a Powder Snow Alolan Ninetales too, so again, they are going to outpace significantly to their Weather Balls, and Weather Ball would be devastating. 5 Powder Snows and 4 to their second one. So Blast Burn going to be coming in. That does get the shield. Quite unfortunate here. I am going to shield up this Weather Ball here. I do want to get the second shield if I can, and this is going to be a Blast Burn that is going to just get the second shield. Oh, super unfortunate. Not the end of the world though, because I can now come in with my Registeel. They are almost out of energy here, and they bring in a Venusaur. Now, a lot of people would just swap out into Trevenant right away. Trevenant can be hit by a Sludge Bomb, and we are just going to get outpaced to the second Sludge Bomb. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw the Zap Cannon, and then I'm going to bank some energy here. Or do I bank the energy? Yes, I do bank the energy. As soon as they throw the move, they are going to throw the Sludge Bomb. But from here, I'm going to get a massive farm down with the Trevenant. I have loaded energy. They come in with the Ninetales. We got the Seed Bomb to go. See you later, Ninetales. What do they want to bring in here? Woo! We got energy on Registeel. We got the Trevenant. They bring in the Venusaur. Something doesn't want to see the Trevenant. Don't get to see it anyways. And that's going to be a good game. And another 4-1 set here, getting us all the way to 28-30. And that is going to be the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because thank you all. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you don't like the content, you can always unsubscribe later. So thank you all so very much again for watching. If you guys are liking the content, hit that like button, comment if you want to see anything in the future. And I hope this team really works out for you and that you have a blast with it, because I've been having so much fun. And I'll see everybody in the next video.